Happened in the land of Asaba, and Nigerian soldiers committed a lot of atrocities. Don't be meeting. That is goodbye till we meet no more. During the war, Nigerian soldiers gathered all the military and adults in Asaba and massacred them all. They killed many people. They killed a bunch of adults, all the military, but inside the car. 1970. Anya dia ka ije tutande aya Nigeria. Dia bulewu. Anya mara no bo. A game of death ka ba ni bia. In remembrance of Asaba massacre, on the 7th October 2022, we visit at home in entire Biafra land. On that day, it is expected that all schools, all markets, all churches, all banks will shut down for the remembrance of Asaba massacre. Anybody, when you have a voice, make it up to your brother, make it up to your sister, make it one children, make it one everybody. Where they close to us, this order is coming from Biafra's perspective. Simon Epa. Asina, Inti Ada, everybody is just it means any year, when the year was after they got ready, after they got the year, the open fire. Papa, we will go machine gun, that will be our people. And they were slaughtered in thousands.
Welcome, fellow Biafrans. Please, as you join the broadcast, you share the video on your platform. Share the broadcast on your platform. Share to family and friends. Share to those who are close to you. As you join the broadcast, kindly share. Share to anybody that is close to you. Share to your friends. Share to your well-wishers. Everybody that is around you. Share and let them join us on this broadcast. The only way we can be able to overpower what we are fighting against is by putting our hands together. Every hand has to be on deck. We have to stand together to fight against those who are fighting against us. We must not relent in our effort. We must not joke about it. We must not gamble about it. We must have to fight to be able to liberate ourselves from the captivity.
Keep sharing.
There is no two ways about it. We must liberate ourselves. No matter what anybody says, no matter what anybody does, no matter the propaganda you see, we must continue to fight until we get our freedom.
Yes.
Until we get our freedom. We cannot give away our freedom for anything, and we cannot chicken out because of anything. No amount of intimidation, no amount of attack will make us stop. Today, once again, I have come to encourage my fellow Biafrans, those who are watching, wherever you are watching from. Ikuguama, you are welcome. Thank you so much for joining. Please share the video on your...
Thank you for joining. Any place you are joining from, any part of the world you are joining from, I appreciate you. I thank you so much for connecting, whichever part of the world you are connecting from. If you are joining from Biafra land, from Asia, from Europe, from America, from Australia, I thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. Today is a solemn day, as you all remember. That day we have been waiting for. That day we have waited. The day we remember our fallen heroes, the people who fell at Asaba, the Asaba massacre. It is today. And before we start our program, we will pray for them and commit their soul in the hand of Chukwu Kabiam, and also ask them to do their own part while they are there. Their restless soul to take vengeance for us. That is what we have to do today. In the name of Chukwu Kabiam, I will pray. Almighty and most merciful Father, Lord of Lords, King of Kings, we call upon you, Chukwu Kabiam, at this minute. We commit the soul of all our fallen heroes into thy own hand. Every child, every mother, every father, everyone that have lost his or her life in the Asaba massacre, today we commit them into thy own merciful hand. Great Chukwu Kabiam, we call upon thee at this minute. Be with them. Guide them, protect them, wherever they may be at this material hour. We commit their spirit into the hand of Chukwu Kabiam, that as they stay over there, they will not be silent. As they remain there, they will not be silent. They are going to be with us and they will fight along with us. It doesn't matter what anybody does. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter the attack that is coming. They will continue to fight along with us. While we are here in person fighting, they will also be over there fighting along with us. We commit their spirit in their own hand. Let Chukwu Kabiam guide all the people who have lost one or two people in that massacre. Those of us who are grieving today, most of us have lost one person or the other in that massacre. And every Biafran in general, as long as you're from the old Southeastern region, we are talking about your family. We are talking about your blood. We are talking about things that concern you. May Chukwu Kabiam console us. As we are proceeding, may this kind of massacre never happen again in Biafra land. May this kind of attack never happen in Biafra land. May we never fall victim of any massacre anymore. May the spirit of the dead continue to fight in the great beyond and continue to stand with those of us who are still alive fighting the battle. May their spirit continue to be with us, guide us, and also fight along with us. And those who have taken their life and refused to render apology up to today, may their spirit go and take vengeance. As we have rose up to restore Biafra, they are going to be with us in the restoration. And Biafra will definitely be restored. Chukwu Kabiam, will bless you, we appreciate you. For you are the only supreme God, thou God who answered prayer. You are the only true God, one and only God. We call upon you at this material hour. Be with our people, guide and protect everybody in the Biafra land. Our able men on the ground, our formidable men, the ESN, guide and protect them. Secure them. Secure them. Those who have volunteered themselves to protect the land, may the spirit of the dead continue to guide them, protect them. They will never fall unnecessarily. They will never fall a victim of death. They will never fall into the hand of the enemy. May Chukwu Kabiam guide and protect our brother Simon Epa. Secure him wherever he is. May Chukwu Kabiam continue to guide and protect our Supreme Namazin Nanikan. Secure him for us wherever he is. And very soon he's going to join us. Thank you so much. Chukwu Kabiam will believe you that you have answered us. May your name be glorified. May your name be praised. We will continue to worship you in truth and in spirit. And when we have gotten to Biafra in 2023, we will erect an altar where we worship you all the days of our life. Thank you, Chukwu Kabiam, for you have heard our prayer. You say. Fellow Biafrans, I appreciate you as you have connected. Please, as you have joined, please click like the video and share. Abuneme Ibokwe, thank you so much, Abuneme Ibokwe. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you. Everyone who have joined on this very platform, please like and share. Like and share. That is the only way we can be able to send this message across. If you do not like and you do not share, other people will not be able to get the information. Don't be stingy with the information. When you get it, spread it and let it get to your own brother. Any group you belong, any WhatsApp group you belong, any platform you belong, share it on that platform. Share the message so that our fellow Biafrans will hear the message. The message that is coming from here is no different message than the message you've been hearing before. Message from the autopiloted IPOB, the original IPOB, autopiloted by Chukwu Okikabiam himself, under the spokesmanship of Mazi Simon Ekpa and on the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is where we stand. Truth is a watchword. Consistency is the key. We are consistency personified. We don't tell lies. We don't attack people. My main purpose of coming here is not to demonize anybody, not to attack anybody, or not to talk about irrelevant people. I come here to encourage my fellow Biafrans and bring the truth to the front burner so that we can be able to be focused, not to be distracted. Wherever you are joining from, I appreciate you. I thank you so much for joining and sharing and for clicking like. As you're joining and you're sharing, you're clicking like, you are doing something. You are equally spreading the gospel. You are spreading the gospel and you are doing what you're supposed to do. We are in a critical time that everybody's hand has to be on deck. Everybody is important. Everybody. As you're watching on the background, you're sharing, you're liking, you are important. You're equally playing a role, a major role at that. You never know how important your like and share is. It will make the message to go far to people who doesn't want to hear, who doesn't have the opportunity to join us. By the time you're sharing and liking, they are going to join. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do kindly subscribe. The channel belongs to you and I. It belongs to you and I. You can equally make a contribution. You can suggest on the topic. That is why you have to subscribe, so that you'll be notified each time we come online, so that you can join. Make your own opinion, bring your own topic. That is how we move. Friday, Afauku, thank you so much for joining Friday. I appreciate you. Today is that day that we'll be talking about. The day we remember our fallen heroes in Asaba. Those who have fallen in Asaba. We can still call them a hero. No matter what, regardless of the circumstances that they fell, we still call them heroes because they died because of Biafra. They died simply because they are Biafrans. That is why they died. And today is the day we remember them. Remember, we said that today is a sit at home. And I thank Chukwu Okikabiam that the main Biafrans, those who are called for this purpose, the Biafrans on the ground, they were sitting at home. They observe the sit at home. They observe it. I thank Chukwu Okikabiam that people paid attention. I thank Chukwu Okikabiam that everything goes as normal. And even as you're watching, that is still going on. People are still observing the day. We are observing and we are looking through. And we thank Chukwu Okikabiam for the response and people who were able to respond. And for those who feel that it doesn't concern them, let them be. Let them be. All we pray is that as many as are willing from the bottom of their heart and they participated on this very sit at home, they will never lack. Whatever they have lost today, they are going to gain it in 1 million folds. They will never lack in their life. And Chukwu Okikabiam will keep them until Biafra comes. Today is that day we have been talking about. We have spoken so much about the lessons of Asaba massacre, and we continue to talk about it because that is the time we are in. And the message of this Asaba massacre is very, very important because of the time that we are in. Very important because of the things that are going on around us. The message of Asaba massacre is something you must not play with. It came at the right time. At the right time. That is why each time I'm talking about it, I continue to hammer on it and speak about it, that we must not forget. We must pay attention. The Asaba massacre. It comes in a critical time, a time when we have made a move, a full move to restore Biafra. A time of restoration. A time when Biafran struggle have gone fully on armed struggle. A time when we have come out fully to defend our land. That is the time that we are talking about. And today, Asaba massacre, it reminds us again that we must defend our land. Asaba massacre, as we are remembering it, it will make us to know that it is our responsibility to defend our land. We must not deny our land. That is the greatest lesson you must have to learn. You must not deny your land. If you are from the old southeastern region, the present south and the southeast, you must not deny your region. You must not deny who you are. It doesn't matter how you pretend. As I always say, the enemy knows you better than you know yourself. The enemy knows you better than you know yourself. So the more you continue to deny who you are, the more you continue to deny yourself, You are not doing yourself a favor. Instead, you are exposing yourself to danger. I want you to always put that at the back of your mind. Today, that we are remembering our people who fell in Asaba. This is the day that if you have not been serious with the struggle, if you have not been serious, start from today. Become more serious than ever. If you have not been making any contribution to the coming of Biafra, start from today. Begin to make your own contribution. Everybody is important. Don't tell me there's nothing you can do. There is something everyone can do. Both financially, materially, and otherwise. There must be something. There must be something Chukwu Okike is putting on your heart to do. It is not just about money. It is not just about you contributing. Today we have men on the ground who has volunteered their whole life to protect Biafra land. Do you know what that means? For somebody to give his life, how much can you pay somebody? You that is watching me, how much can somebody pay you to give your life? How much can somebody buy a life with money? How much can somebody offer you to give your life? You that is watching. Then you know that today, as you are watching, there are people who are in the bushes. They are on guard 24/7, making sure that your land is protected. There are also some people who are blessed financially, and they are sponsoring and supporting financially as much as they can. And you must pick up your own position. Don't wait for somebody to come and beg you. Don't wait for someone else to come and call you and beg you. Don't even wait for somebody to notice you. Don't do it for somebody to notice you. And that is why thank you so much for joining us. I appreciate you so much. Don't wait for somebody to notice you. If you know that thing that you need to do, that very assignment that Chukwu Okike is putting in your heart, start doing it. Start doing it. The struggle is for you and I. The liberation we're talking about is the liberation that concerns you. Your own liberation, my own liberation, the liberation of our generation. You are not doing it for anybody. If you think you are doing it for somebody, you are missing it. You are not doing it for anybody. You are doing it for yourself. You are doing it for yourself. Glory Matthias, thank you for joining. Thank you so much for joining, Glory Matthias. You are doing it for yourself. You are not doing it for me. You are doing it for yourself. That is why you must put all effort. Every hand must be on deck at this particular point in time. But you see, don't ever expect that you have 100% compliance. It doesn't happen anywhere. There is no place on the planet Earth where you get 100 compliance in such kind of a movement. So when you see some people who are bent on demonizing something that is working, who are bent on fighting against their own freedom, don't be surprised. When the Israelites were fighting for their own freedom, people turned against. When Moses was trying to take the children of Israel from the land of Egypt, from the hand of Pharaoh, some people rose against Moses. They turned against Moses and they were gossiping, they were murmuring, they were even trying to fight Moses. But did Moses stop? He never stopped. He continued. The only thing they did that they provoked him and he could not be able to reach the promised land. And every single one of them that caused that provocation, every single one of them that made Moses not to get to the promised land, none of them entered the promised land. They saw it, but they couldn't enter. Every single one of them who was standing against Moses, who became a rebel, none of them entered into the promised land. And as we are going into Biafra land in 2023, in a very short while, some people are seeing it, but they don't want to believe it. Some people are working against it. As many as are working against it, in the name of Chukwu Okike, they will see Biafra come, but they never enter into it. As many as are working against the Biafran freedom, they are going to hear it, they are going to see it, but they will not step into Biafra. This is their wish. It's not that we are wishing them bad. That is the path they have chosen. It is a path they have chosen for themselves. And so we say, so be it. We say amen to the path they chose. The path they have chosen for themselves, we say Ise for them. We say Ise for them. But for us, those of us who are born for this mission, you that is watching me and you are born for this mission, don't shake, don't bother. Don't bother yourself about who follows and who does not follow. There are so many of them. It happens even when South Africa we are fighting to liberate themselves from apartheid. There are still some South Africans who were comfortable in that apartheid. When South Africa was fighting, Nelson Mandela was in prison, they were fighting to get out of apartheid. There are still some South Africans themselves who were very comfortable in apartheid. They didn't want to. Why Martin Luther King was in the United States fighting for black race, fighting for the black Americans to be free, there are still some people who prefer being the house nigger. They don't care. They prefer being it. So this kind of people, you will always find them. You always find them. You always find them around. So don't get distracted. I'm saying this because today that we are remembering Asaba massacre, our spokesperson, Master Simon Eba, through the instruction and direction of the Biafrans agreed that today we are going to sit at home. It's going to be a total lockdown. And I saw people making video and say that the lockdown did not happen. A Biafran making video and he's happy that he said people did not respond, people did not comply, and he's happy. Even though when we know that the Biafrans complied, the Biafrans, people who are born for this mission, they complied full force. Each time you hear an announcement, don't expect that everybody's going to listen. Some people aren't going to listen. But it pains me when you see people who you are fighting for, people who claim to be fighting for freedom. In a broad daylight, they will be fighting against their own freedom. You are looking for Biafra. Then when you see somebody who is making a step to get the Biafra, you'll be praying that the person fails. You'll be praying. You'll be wishing that the person fails. You are looking for freedom. Your own brother that is looking for the same thing you are looking for, that is looking for that same freedom on your own behalf, you'll be busy praying and rejoice that he's failing. You're watching to see when he's going to make a mistake. You're watching to see when he's going to fail. You're watching to see when everything he's saying will not come to pass. And you'll be praying that what he said never come to pass. Some of them can't even endure. They can't even hold it within themselves. They speak out. What is wrong in observing a sit at home for innocent souls that died? Those people that were murdered in Asaba massacre, do you think that their soul is resting? Do you think that their soul is resting? People who their life was taken, and after their life were taken from them, no apology was rendered. No apology was rendered up to today. The people that took their life instead are being celebrated. The people who committed their massacre, they are being celebrated. Meanwhile, the people whose life was taken away from them wanted to remember them, and you are laughing at it. You play with it, you joke with it. You make games with it, and you think that you could come and forgive you. You think that the spirit of those people are happy with you. You think the spirit of the dead will be happy. People who were murdered in cold blood, they were not fighting. Innocent people murdered. Their life taken. Children included. Their life was taken away from them. Nobody shows any remorse. Nobody apologizes. Instead, people are still proud in doing it. And then the people who are concerned, the Biafran, people who are the original Biafran, we are concerned, and we say we have to remember them. And then some people will come around and they begin to say otherwise. They are happy. They will come and they say they are happy. Some of them are rejoicing that it didn't happen. Some of them are happy. It is so sad, but that is where we have found ourselves. That is where we found ourselves. It is so, when I see certain things that happens, when I see the way people behave and their attitude, I begin to wonder, from which planet are these people coming from? From which planet are these people coming from? From which planet are they coming from? Your own brother, you are fighting for freedom. All of a sudden, you say, instead of that freedom to come from your brother, instead you prefer to remain a slave. Only a devil can do that. Only a devil can say that. You celebrate when your brother is suffering. When your brother is failing, you celebrate. When your brother is failing, instead of you to pray for him, hold up his hand so that he doesn't fail. You'll be rejoicing and you'll be clapping. You are happy that your brother is failing. It is sad. A very sad situation. But that is what you see on the planet Earth. That is why after God has created man, as the Bible told us, after God had created man, he regretted for creating man. God himself regretted for creating man because of our heart. The heart of men are evil. The heart of men are evil. Look at our spring Nandika. Somebody who gave it all. He wasn't there for his own selfish interests. He wasn't fighting for himself. He was fighting for every single one of us as Biafrans. He was standing up for you, standing up for me. He told us that he would never betray us, that we will be the one to betray him. And people thought it was a joke. He cried and said that he will never betray Biafra. It is you and I that will betray him. And we thought it was a joke. All of a sudden, we saw the betrayer in broad daylight. The people closest to him, they betrayed him. The man that gave it all. He was not pursuing his own personal agenda. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not poor. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is educated. He had a job. He has a better life. Even for him to be a citizen of the United Kingdom, educated over there, has his own job, he's living a good life. He has a wife and children. He has parents. His father is a king and he is a prince. But he abandoned all these things, kept it aside. And he was fighting for your freedom and my freedom. He moved away from his comfort zone. And today he's on solitary confinement because of you and me. And yet, you see people rejoicing over the kidnap of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You see people playing over the kidnap of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. You see people using the kidnap of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu as a business. When we are making sure that the Zoological Republic know the pain of kidnapping Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, you see people standing against it. Our spokesperson, Mazen Simon Ekpa, told us that until we make the Zoological Republic have the pain and know that the kidnapping of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is much more costly than anything they can imagine, it will be difficult for Mazen Nnamdi to come out. And since then, we have stepped up the degree of what we are doing. Everything has been stepped up. Everything has been stepped up. But as we are trying to intensify and increase the level of commitment and make sure that the kingdom of Mazen Nnamdi become much more expensive than I can imagine, the people that are pushing us back are still Biafrans, people who we are fighting for. They are the one who is making things light for the Zoological Republic. They are the one who will come on broadcast and tell Zoological Republic, go and arrest so person, go and arrest so person. They are the one who will come on a radio Biafra, a place where Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have sanctified and anointed, a place that we were worshiping before, place that we used to worship as Biafrans. They will stay in that platform and betray their own brother. They have lied and lied and lied and lied on a hallowed platform that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu himself consecrated. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, through the grace of Chukwuka, consecrated Radio Biafra, and they defiled it. They defiled it. They defiled it. They defiled it. They defiled that very place. They defiled it. Today, what they preach there is hate and lie. On that hallowed platform, that is where they give away their own people. On that hallowed platform, that is where they give away their fellow brothers and sisters. You give them away. And the funny thing is that they are not shying away about it. They are not sorry about it. They are not shying away. They are not sorry about it. They will call the name of a Biafran and tell the DSS to go and arrest the person. Tell the police to go and arrest the person. You, the same you that said that you are fighting for freedom, from that same police, the same people you are fighting for freedom for, then now you will call them to go and arrest your own brother. What kind of a freedom fighter are you? What kind of freedom? Have you ever had Mazen Nnamdi Kanu making a broadcast and he would tell the Zoological Republic force to go and arrest a Biafran? Have you ever had such? Have you ever had Mazen Nnamdi Kanu handing any Biafran? Mazen Nnamdi Kanu had the connection and he had enemies more than any one of us. People who have stood, including our fellow Biafran who has stood against him, called them moment of them. Have you ever had him one day handing them over to anybody? He has never handed anybody over to the enemy because he knows what he's fighting for. He is fighting for his own people, to defend his people and not to kill them. But you that claim to be a follower of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, as soon as they kidnapped him, you began to preach your own gospel. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu said it every time. Before he started, he may say that he doesn't worship idol. that he doesn't worship idol. He repeats it again and again. And he went ahead to tell us that as we are fighting for Biafra, if you are not fighting for the Biafra in the name of Chukwu Gabiama, forget it. You can't get it. Forget it. He told us when we are going to march, if you are not marching in the name of Chukwu Gabiama, forget it. You won't succeed. But what do you do? Today, all we see is idol worship in the struggle. So many idol worship. People promoting idol, in their different platforms. Even people who claim to, do you see that they call Mazen Nani after calling Mazen Nani? You see them praying in the name of idol. You see them making sacrificial things and incantation for idol after calling Mazen Nani. Some of them even after playing the prayer of Mazen Nani. After playing the prayer of Mazen Nani and the prayer he made in the name of Chukwu Kabiam, they will turn around and begin to glorify idol. Mazen Nani made it clear. We cannot get Biafra in that form. We can't. We can't get it in that form. But I thank Chukwu Kabiam that majority of Biafrans are having their trust in Chukwu Kabiam, who is our stronghold. Majority of Biafrans, 99.9% of Biafrans, they are having their faith in Chukwu Kabiam. They believe that it's only Chukwu Kabiam that can give us Biafra. Just as Mazen Nani has always said. Mazen Nani said, it is not by your strength, it's not by your might, but by the grace of Chukwu Kabiam shall Biafra come. And Chukwu Kabiam is going to do it in a way that when he do it, people will know that it is not by man, that it is his grace. That Chukwu Kabiam will do it in a way that no human being will take glory for the coming of Biafra. That is where we are today. That is where we are today. I thank Chukwu Kabiam. Certain things, when things happen, you wouldn't know why the things happen, why they happen. When Mazen Nani was taken away from our midst, it was a very painful, it was a very big blow. It was a very big blow to every Biafran. Every genuine Biafran. The taking away of Mazen Nani from our midst was a very big blow. But as the day passes, as the day goes by, I begin to see reason why Chukwu Kabiam took Mazen Nani away for a certain time, for a leave. That's what I call it. Chukwu Kabiam just took him away for a time, for a certain reason, because of the day that we are in order to expose some evil men around him. Mazen Nani is somebody who wants to carry everybody along. Can you imagine how Mazen Nani have been able to manage this evil man for more than a decade? Just ask yourself, how Mazen Nani have been able to manage and sit among in the midst of the enemies for more than 11 years, and he was managing them. That will show you that Mazen Nani can have a special grace. But because time has come for us to move into Biafra, Chukwu Kabiam begin to separate the chaff from the wheat. Chukwu Kabiam started the separation. And Chukwu Kabiam took somebody else to make that separation, to make sure that separation is completed. That is why he removed Mazen Nani and kept Mazen Nani to rest. And he used Mazen Nani before them to anoint somebody else, Mazen Simon Ekpa, anointed by Mazen Nani himself. Mazen Nani, when Simon Ekpa was mentioned to him, he said, only one Chineke can do what Simon Ekpa is doing. The second time he said, go and listen to him, share his videos. He is bringing a new dimension to the struggle. That's the anointing. And when he was kidnapped, he still tried as much as he can to give out information. Allow Simon Ekpa to go and speak to Biafrans. He told him, go and speak to Biafrans. Talk to Biafrans. Go. Talk to Biafrans. That was an order. That was an anointing that was passed to him. And I thank Chukwu Kabiam that Simon Ekpa did not hesitate. Simon Ekpa did not hesitate. He carried that very instruction. As Mazen Nani has instructed. Through the instruction of Chukwu Kabiam, Simon Ekpa listened. And all hell break loose. The enemy tried by all means to shut him down, to bring him down. Even when we are talking about broken, I thank Chukwu Kabiam that he didn't even go to their platform, because if he had gone there and they get hold of his platform, it would have been a different story today. But Chukwu Kabiam, who knows it all, who knows the best way to do things, worked it out to where we are today. And today, every Biafran today have woken up and they know where to go and where to follow. Today we are remembering those who decided to think, who thought that they may play neutral and be safe. Today, we are remembering our fellow Biafrans who felt that maybe by being neutral, that they're going to be saved. I want you to put that at the back of your mind. Please like and share the video. Put this in neutral or by denying their identity that they will be saved. But at the end of the day, they were not saved. They lost their life. Every single one of them lost their life. That is a great lesson that you must learn. And I tell you again, I want to remind you, the Zoological Republic, they are ready to commit the genocide again and again and again. We are dealing with the demons. They are ready to commit the genocide again and again and again. As many times as possible, they are willing to commit the genocide. They don't care about you. They don't care. So if you think you can deny your people, if you think you can play neutral so that they will love you because of your friends, because of friends, you don't want to talk about Biafra. Because of your business, you don't want to talk about Biafra. Because of material thing, because of position, you don't want to talk Biafra. Because you want to look good before people, you don't want to talk Biafra. Because you feel that you'll be safe, you don't talk. Let me tell you, the enemy knows you better than you know yourself. And at that time, you will be the one they want to take out. When the time comes, you will be the easiest person for them to take out. Take it to the bank. Take it to you see, many people that are losing their life today in Biafra, and so many of them are not even family members of IPOB. So many people that are losing their life, including some people who are in prison today, so many of them are not even family member of IPOB. Some of them were not very committed, but that will not stop us from asking for their unconditional release. That will not stop us from praying for them. They are our brothers. But we have to learn a lesson from what happened to people. We shouldn't allow it to happen to us before we learn a lesson. We need to learn a lesson from what happened in the past. Asaba massacre that we are remembering today. Our brothers who were there, I have played the video several times. And you must have watched the video of the Asaba massacre in so many platforms. Our spokesperson, Asaba, have played several different kinds of video on Asaba massacre. And when you look through those videos, there is one important thing you have to do. Those people did not die fighting. They did not die fighting. They died because they wanted to protect the one Nigeria. They decided to play one Nigeria. They wanted to play neutral. That was why they died. They died because they wanted to play neutral. And these people, let me tell you, the Fulanis know that you are a Biafran. It doesn't matter what you do. You might be dining with them, playing with them. Just like one video, and there's one video I use to make a program. A politician in Biafra land, his Fulani friend told him to his face that Igbo people will be the last people to become a president in the Zoological Republic. A politician in Igbo land, I played the video on my channel. A politician in Igbo land, a Fulani man told him to his face that Igbo people will be the last people to be president in the Zoological Republic. And he said that when the guy said that, he was shocked. He looked at the guy and he asked the guy, "Have you forgotten I'm Igbo?" The guy said, "Oh, I'm sorry." He never forgets. The Fulani man didn't forget that idiot was an Igbo man. He knows. And that is one thing with the Fulanis. These people, their arrogance is to the extent that whatever they will do, they will tell it to your face. Go and check everything they have been doing. Whatever Fulanis are going to do, they will tell you to your face and they will go ahead and do it. It's not a joke. That is how arrogant they are. Go and check everything they have done in the Zoological Republic. They talk about it. They talk about it and they continue to do it. Go and check everything. When you were talking about your no grazing, they continue to graze. Even as you are watching the video, the Fulanis are still grazing. They are still going on grazing openly. They are still having open grazing. They don't care what you say. You are talking about Ruga. You don't want Ruga. But they have passed through the back door. So many states in that Zoological Republic has given them land. Why you are busy thinking that it's just by talking in social media or by talking in their conventional media? Why you're just writing papers? They are pursuing their full agenda. The kind of arrogance that these people display, they don't care. They want to do a thing, they will tell you to your face. And they go ahead and do it. Because they know that the people whom they are talking to are people they have been held captive for too long. And some of them who are in captivity have become so comfortable in that captivity that they can't do anything. They are helpless. They are helpless. That's why when you see our politicians, they come on their conventional media. Every politician, they come on conventional media, they begin to talk rubbish. They come there, they will tell you, I want a Nigeria where there will be equality, a Nigeria where everybody will be treated equal, a Nigeria where everybody will be on the same platform, a Nigeria where people will be treated the same way. And these politicians know very well that you cannot find such Nigeria. It doesn't exist. They know that such Nigeria will never exist. A Fulani man can never allow you to take the same position with him or play on the same level ground with him. Never. Ever. Already. Even as you're watching this video, everything in that Zoological Republic, they are treated differently from us. They are treated differently in everything. They are given a special privilege. The Fulanis are given a special, even in an office where the people from the Biafra land are controlling, they come there, you give them a special privilege. And people think it's all right. People think it's a normal thing. The oil that is laying the golden egg in the Zoological Republic is in Biafra land. In Biafra land. But tell me, how many people in Biafra land owns oil well? How many? And you think there's nothing wrong with that? And your politicians, your so-called Ohanes and Dibu, the Pandef, all these people call themselves either statement, they don't see that as any, they don't see anything wrong in it. They do not see anything wrong in it. They don't see anything wrong in it. There was one time when I had one of the Fulefu, this idiot, what is that his name? One of the Fulefu, what is that his name? When I remember his name mentioned. That clown was saying that we should forget about presidency, that the people who knows how to run presidency is the northern people, is the Fulanis. Ato Eze, exactly. That idiot, that clown Ato Eze. In one of his speech, I had Ato Eze, a Biafran, open his mouth and say that the people who has the talent to rule the Zoological Republic, who knows about leadership, is the people in the north. That the Biafran should forget about issue of leadership and stop struggling. That it belongs to the north. See what somebody open his mouth and you think it's ordinary. You think it's ordinary. These are the bunch of clowns you have as leaders. And it doesn't matter the kind of role they play. Just as people were lost in their life in Asaba massacre, just as you saw people in Asaba massacre, people who raised their hand and they played neutral, they denied their identity. When they saw military, they denied their identity. And they were singing national anthem. We are not part of it. One of the boys that they killed was even confessed and said, I never fought, I have never come out, I'm a student, I never go to fight, I never say this about Biafra, I'm not part. And they shot him. Why he was saying, I am not part of Biafra, I will go for the war, I didn't go for Biafran war, I never fought anybody. They shot him in his forehead while he was confessing. The same thing is still happening today. It's still happening. As you're watching video, it's still happening. That is why the only thing you can do to save your life is to join your people and fight when they are fighting. The only thing you can make you safe is to claim your identity. Even if from Oduduwa land, if you are from Oduduwa land and you are denying Oduduwa, you are doomed. If you are from Oduduwa land and you are not joining the Oduduwa people to fight for freedom, you are talking about one Nigeria, you are doomed. The earlier you join the Oduduwa group and protect your region, answer your name, the better for you. You are from the middle belt and you are still singing the song of one Nigeria, you are doomed. I say you are doomed. The only security you can have is around your own people. The only security you can have is around your own people. Go and check. Why did Aguironsi lose his life? Aguironsi, who was talking about one Nigeria, he was ready to sacrifice, was ready to protect Nigeria, and he wanted to protect Nigeria with his own life. Aguironsi surrendered himself with enemies. He surrendered himself with strangers. Even when the warning came to Aguironsi, mind the people around you, they are planning to assassinate you. Aguironsi, he wanted one Nigeria. He wanted to build a Nigeria where everybody will be comfortable. There is nothing wrong in taking on that direction, but the problem is that you cannot make peace with somebody who doesn't want peace with you. There's no way you can make peace with somebody. You know, peace is good. You can make peace, but peace can only work when the two parties are ready for peace. You can only have peace when the two parties are ready for peace. You cannot go and begin to make a peace with somebody who wants you dead. You know very well that this person doesn't want you to exist. And yet, you are stretching forth your hand and talking about peace. That is a suicide mission. That was why Aguirre lost his life. With all the strength he had, with all his qualification, one of the best generals in Africa then. A general in Africa, one of the only generals we have in Africa then. Best of all. General, not made by himself. General, his own general was given by British. He fought wars. He was given a general in the field. They killed him because of one Nigeria. Because he wanted to serve one Nigeria. They killed him. They took his life. Warnings were given to him. He thought that he would be protected with the enemy. He thought he would be protected among people because he's playing a good man. You can't make peace with somebody who doesn't want peace. Peace only works when the two parties want a peace. And today, as you are remembering Asaba massacre, remember, the only place you can be safe is with your own people. The only place you can be safe with your own people. With your own people. As in Ozu Siwisi, Oga Kana Mamanne. Ozu Siwisi, Oga Kana Mamanne. Izuka Mananej. These are Igbo adage. Ozu Siwisi, Kana Mamanne. When the corpse begin to smell, that's how, when you know the brothers to the person who died. When the corpse begin to smell, it is only the brothers or the person who died that can be able to stand there without spitting, without covering nose. Izukamma Nanej. Izukamma Nanej. If you think you can save yourself by denying Biafra, think again. Those who tried it in the past, go and check, where are they? Every single one of them that tried it in the past, where are they? Including your politicians, the present politicians today who thought they can sell their people to be relevant. Where are they? The politicians who sold their people out, who sold us out, politicians that sold us out to be relevant, where are they today? Rocha Sokorocha, where is he? Did you hear about him again? The only thing he desires so much, which is presidency. If in the dream if somebody have told Rocha Sokorocha, if a prophet have told Rocha Sokorocha that he would not be the president of the Sudan Republic, he wouldn't believe it. He wouldn't believe it. He would never believe it. If somebody have told Rocha Sokorocha that you are not going to be the president of the Sudan Republic, he wouldn't believe it. But what do you see? They rendered him useless. They incapacitated him. They made him worthless. Today, even the media houses don't interview him. He is nobody. He don't have any value again as far as policy is concerned. He doesn't have any value anymore. With all his commitment to the Muhammad Buhari, who vowed, and one of the people who brought the late Muhammad Buhari to power, spent the money from Biafra land. Look at his condition. Look at Amechi. Amechi also took the money of River State and sponsored Buhari. All the money he stole from River State. He used the money to fight against his own brother. He fought against his own brother, his own fellow Biafran, Goodluck Jonathan. He fought and spent his last money to make sure that Goodluck failed. Amechi did that, thinking that maybe when it comes to their own turn, he would make the favorite son. And they were saying him, oh, you are going to be the favorite person. They are going to use you. You'll be the favorite person. And he believed them. He believed them. But at the end of the day, what do you see? Amechi, they threw him to the dustbin. They threw him to... How many people voted for him in the primaries? How many votes did he get? How many? And today, where is he? Today they don't even allow him to go to Asaba. He cannot even go to Asaba. He can't. Today, he is hiding. He's gone oblivion. These are people who have denied their own identity to serve the enemy. Look at how they ended up. What about Obiano? Obiano was bold enough to come to the national television and tell us that he has members of Mieti Allah in his cabinet. Obiano put a bounty on the life of a Biafran, comparing us with a cow. Obiano was comparing Biafran with a cow. When you kill a cow, you pay 500,000. You kill a Biafran, you pay 500,000. That is how low Obiano brought us. Took Mieti Allah, part of his cabinet, gave them a free hand. At the end of the day, where is he? Where is he? At the end of the day, where is he? Remember Asaba massacre. Denying your people cannot make you a hero. Denying your people will only bring shame and disgrace to you. Look at Wike. Look at Nyesom Wike in River State. Nyesom Wike, an Igbo man with Igbo name. He speaks Igbo. We didn't even know that he speaks Igbo until when the election came. It's only during election when he was campaigning for primary election. You see Wike speaking Igbo. Wike all of a sudden began to speak Igbo. An Igbo man with Igbo name. He said he's not Igbo. Instead, he diverted and said that he's from Benin, that he's from Edo State, that his ancestors are from Edo State. That is how crazy these people can be. He denied. He didn't only that, he went ahead to go and begin to take the life of Biafrans in Obibo. Wike committed massacre in Obibo, all in the name of becoming the president of the South Republic. He wants to prove to his friends in the north that he can do it. Because every single one of them that is coming as a politician, their problem and their trouble is the Biafran people. The only problem they know that they must have to solve, the only way you can be able to be accepted by the Caliphate or the British, the only way the British can accept you or the Caliphate can accept, is to show them how you can be able to decimate and destroy Biafran people. How many Biafrans have you massacred? How many Biafrans have you killed before they can be able to allow you to be a president? So you see every one of them. When you see them committing massacre, committing all manner of atrocity against Biafran people, they are building their platform. That is their criteria to go and contest for presidency. But at the end of the day, none of them gets it, and yet they are not waking up. None of them get. Today you see Hope Uzodinma. You see Hope Uzodinma committing all manner of atrocities in Imo State. Hope Uzodinma will come boldly and say that I told the people to go and bomb. He come on national television. He said, I flied with them last time, and I saw people when I got there. There were schools over there. That's why we didn't bomb. Next time, if I go there, I will bomb everywhere. A governor of a state. On national television confessing that he flew with them. He didn't only that, he flew with them. He said when they got there, that they saw school. There was a school there. That was why they didn't bomb the area. That the next time he goes there, he's going to bomb it. And he did. Hope Uzodinma will come and commit atrocities, and then he will come and claim it. He is not scared. Proving to the Caliphate that he can kill, he can destroy Biafrans. Preparing himself for whatever, I don't know. The same Hope Uzodinma came to accuse Biafrans of producing bomb. After they have gone to a market where people are doing their legitimate business, they destroy the market, they burn down people's businesses and destroy the businesses. Destroy people's houses, destroy businesses of people. Went and bombed a market and destroyed. And Hope Uzodinma came out to make a defense for the enemy. He said that when they went there, they saw a bomb, a place where they're making bomb. Have you ever heard that IED exploded in a place in Biafra land? They say Biafra people did it. Have you ever heard that Biafran people planted IED anywhere in Biafra land since all this struggle happened? Have you ever heard that? Have you ever heard that the Biafran people planted IED anywhere? But Hope Uzodinma shamelessly come to national television and begin to defend, attacked the area. This is how mad and criminal-minded these people are. You see how criminal-minded they are? This same Hope Uzodinma, when the Ebubagu went and killed people that went for marriage, up to today, Hope Uzodinma is still covering up on that issue. He's still lying about it. The people the person that was conducting the marriage, the video are there. The person is alive. The family where the thing happened are there. Every people who were involved, they are alive and see. And yet, Hope Uzodinma was still bold to begin to lie and defend that evil that it never happened. shamelessly on national television. He was still defending it. This same Hope Uzodinma still came on national television and began to tell his fellow politicians who are deceiving themselves. He told them, you should forget about Igbo presidency. Don't talk about Igbo presidency. You should first of all go and make peace with Nigeria. And you begin to imagine Biafra to go and make peace with. Is it not Nigeria that will come and apologize for the Biafra that have destroyed? But Hope Uzodinma, he coming to telling them to forget about Biafra before you can ever talk about presidency. You should first of all go and make peace with Nigeria. When you make peace with Nigeria, before you can talk of presidency, the Igbo president is not now. A governor that is representing the Southeastern region says that on national television. This is how evil these people are. How these people, even our brothers in the Southwest, will come openly. I have seen several times. Wole Soyinka have said it that Nigeria owes the Biafra an apology and they must apologize. Our elder in the Southwest, Paaya Debanjo, have said it several times that the Nigeria suppose they owe the Biafrans an apology and they must have to go and apologize. When all these voices from other places are saying, yet you see your own brother who is supposed to be protecting you and defending you, what does he say? He says that it is not a thought that you should go and make peace. Make peace with who? Go to who? Hope Uzodinma said that we are the one to go and beg. That we are the one to go and beg Nigeria before we can be able to be recognized in the Zulu Republic. And yet, you see clowns coming out to say they are protesting, to say they are talking about election. To say they are talking about election. Election that you are not among. You are not in the structure of Nigeria. You are not in the discussion of Nigeria. There is no plan that concerns you in the Zulu Republic. And that is why anytime a Biafran make a move to rescue the Zulu Republic, it brings death. Because you are not in the plan. You are not in the plan. Anytime any Biafran make any move to rescue the Zulu Republic, what it will bring is death. Go and check from history. Anytime any Biafran make any move, mainly the Igbo Biafran make any move to rescue the Zulu Republic, it will bring death upon himself, death upon his people, destruction everywhere. That's what they bring. Go and check from history. Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe went for independence. After he has gotten independent, what did they do? They pushed him to the background. He became a ceremonial president. He became a ceremonial president with nothing to offer, with nothing to give. Just a figurehead. And that was how he remained until we saw him no more. What did Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe achieve for the Southeast? What did Dr. Nnamdi Azikiwe achieve for the Southeast? Nothing. It didn't stop there. As the politicians became corrupt in the Zulu Republic after independence, the corruption was growing so much, the corruption became uncontrollable that Kaduna Nzorgu and his group felt that it was a time for revolution to change that Zulu Republic and make it a better place. Kaduna Nzorgu, what he went for was revolution to rescue the Zoological Republic and make it a nation where everybody can enjoy, ordinary people can have a say. That was the move Kaduna Nzorgu made. And when Kaduna Nzorgu and a Biafran went for that move, what did he bring? He brought death. Because he wanted to rescue Nigeria. What they did was they changed it. Instead of being a message to rescue Nigeria, it became a different thing altogether. They changed it. Now what they call it today, they don't call it revolution, they call it war. They say Igbo coup. That's what they call it. They call it Igbo coup. A revolution that was organized by young officers of different ethnic groups. Simply because it was Kaduna Nzorgu who was mining Kaduna where Tafawa Balewa was, and he completed his assignment. What they did was to transfer it and call it something different. They changed the narrative, and they called it Igbo coup. And what did they bring to us? It was death. Because Kaduna Nzorgu wanted to build a Nigeria where everybody will be content, to remove corruption and destruction. The main fight of corruption, that was what a revolution, that was what Kaduna Nzorgu was going for with him and his group. And what did they bring at last? It resulted to death of thousands of Biafrans, thousands of military men, many brave officers lost their life. It didn't stop there. Agu Ironsi was one of the people again who helped to stop the coup and Dimodebe Ojukwu in order to build a sane Nigeria. They made another move to build a sane Nigeria. Agui Ironsi went forward to build a unity where everybody will unified and have equal rights, where everybody can be treated equal, where people will be respected. And then he surrounded himself with the Northerners in order to make them feel belonged. Unlike Buhari, who came and drove everybody away. He came and he brought everybody together. He brought even the Fulanis, he put them around, he put them closer to himself more than his own brothers. He kept his own brothers in distance. And he brought the enemy closer to him, thinking that he was dealing with human being. He thought he had a good mind with good intent, but he thought he was dealing with people, but he didn't know that he was dealing with monsters. Fulanis never forgive. They never forget. A governor have said it. Governor Erufai said it on national television. Bauchi State governor said it on national television. Like Fulanis never forgive and they never forget. And they think it's a joke. Agui Ironsi came to rescue Nigeria and build a Nigeria where everybody will be treated equal and be contained. What did they do? How did he end up? He lost his life in it. They took his life. Agui Ironsi lost his life in the course of saving one Nigeria. He lost his life. It didn't stop with him. So many officers of Igbo extraction lost his life. One of our best soldiers we have were massacred. And yet, these Fulanis are not done yet. They are not satisfied. After their counter coup, they killed as many as they can. They destroyed lives. Still, they were not satisfied. They went ahead and began to take life for civilians. Many civilians lost their life. Civilians were murdering civilians until when it becomes so much that people begin to retreat home. And they murdered them, they put them in a truck, and they will send the corpse to the southeast. When Ojukwu saw it, this was too much. Ojukwu couldn't hold it. Ojukwu wasn't ready to go for any war. He wasn't ready to fight. Ojukwu never prepared for any fight, never prepared for war. He wanted to still make another move to build a Nigeria that will contain everybody. That is Biafrans for you. The good spirit. But you cannot be practicing such good spirit with an evil man. You don't make peace with somebody who doesn't want peace. There is no way you can walk. You do not make such peace. Ojukwu never wanted war. He never wanted to fight. He wasn't going for war. All he was wanted is a peaceful nation where everybody will be treated equal. That was what he's going for. That was why Ojukwu went further to go and take them to Aburi. He took them to Aburi for discussion in Ghana. Because he never wanted war. In one of his videos, which I have shared several times, Ojukwu said that he tried everything possible to make sure that the war never happened. He gave them every option and he made it open that anybody who knows a political solution that will make this war not to take place or to stop, come and say it. And yet, they said no. All they want is the death of the whole Biafrans, to wipe Biafrans away. Ojukwu made that move in Aburi, in Ghana, to create another Nigeria, a Nigeria that will contain everybody. What did he end up for? We end up with a civil war. Another move to save the Zoroastrian Republic. That one is not enough. Chukwu Okikari is still giving us the sign. We don't belong in the project of the British and the Fulanis. We don't belong in the project. The project Nigeria is between the British and the Fulanis. The British want the mineral resources. The Fulanis want the land. And two of them are supporting each other. The British, they want your resources, and the Fulanis want your land. And the British are ready to give them the land and take the mineral resources from the land. Why the Fulani? All they need is the land. Fulanis are lazy people. They are lazy people that they don't care. Even if you give them the mineral resources, they don't know what to do with it. These are a bunch of lazy people. Our elder Pa Adebanjo said it. Pa Adebanjo said they are the laziest people. We are so backward that even during independence, when Zeke and Awolowo was going for independence, they said they are not ready to go. They still want to be slaves. They never wanted freedom. The Fulanis never wanted independence. Tafawa Balewa never wanted independence. Why is Awolowo and Zeke we are going for independence? They were not ready. They were never ready. So backward that even after Zeke and Awolowo have waited, the Biafran people and the Oduduwa people waited them to come along and then made a mistake of lowering the standard of the South for them to be able to cope. The standard we operate in the South was lower. You lower the standard of the South for them to be able to cope and match up. That was why you begin to hear something like quota system. Quota system is evil. It's evil. That is one of the instruments of marginalization in the Zoological Republic. Quota system. Quota system is one of the instruments of the Zoological Republic, one of the instruments of the British, instruments of destruction in that Zoological Republic. Quota system, a system that makes an uneducated person to become a leader, while an educated man will become a follower. A system that has made an illiterate to become a president, while an educated person will now become a vice. A system that has made an educated person to be a general manager, while the educated person will be a cleaner in that office. That is what quota system have brought to the Zoological Republic and still bringing. That is the stage quota system have left the Zoological Republic. And you think we can continue to answer that question from our children? Every day, your child will wake up and ask you, Daddy, why won't I be admitted into the university? You tell him, no, they didn't give you admission because there's a space that was left for the Northerners. Your child will be telling you, you will tell the child, no, your child will tell you, Daddy, I have my cutoff mark is 300. Why is it that I will not be admitted? Why is it that I will not be admitted in the federal university? Why? For what? And then you begin to explain your son. And your son will tell you that my classmate from the northern part of Nigeria scored only 40 with 40 cutoff mark, and he's in federal university. Why is it that myself, I scored 300, I can't get admission? And you continue to explain for your son. You continue to explain for your daughter. How long shall we continue on that explanation? How long will you continue on such evil explanation? You graduate from the university and you come back and become an Okada rider. A northerner, an illiterate will be pushed. Even while they are studying, they are paying them salary. For you to commit yourself as you want to study as a Fulani, they are going to pay you salary. They will sponsor you and be paying you salary. And once you come out, automatically you have a job in all your company. Wherever office you get employed, you are the boss. Double standard. As if that is not enough. Those of us who are in abroad, those of us, if you have a problem, go to your embassy with your English name or your Igbo name and complain and see if they answer you. And see how they're going to respond to you. Let's assume you have a problem. Go to the embassy of the country where you are. Go and lay your complaint. Or call them on phone. Say you are having a problem. They'll ask you your name. You call them. Your name is an English name or an Igbo name. You are done for. They won't listen to you. Then pretend them to be an Hausa person. Or if you can speak Hausa for them. Speak Rankadede for them. And tell them you have a problem. You have a problem in Suso place. And your name is Abdul Karim Abdullahi. They are going to send an agent to come and study and know what is happening to you. They will go to send a delegate. Call your embassy, you have a problem, and your name is Abdullahi Adamu. They will send a delegate to come and find out what is going on. What is wrong with you? What is your problem? But when you have a problem abroad, call your embassy, tell them, and your name becomes two English names. Badly for you, you have an Igbo name joined to it. They will equally tell the people where you have a problem. They will, without investigation, they will confirm that crime you have committed it. And they will never pay attention. I am telling you as an eyewitness. It has happened to me directly. And this is the faith that we have. You see the traces everywhere that you are not part of the Zoological Republic. You see the traces everywhere. Even when you land at their airport, their so-called airport, their international airport that they name with the name of the person that committed this Asaba massacre. Even any day you land in that airport, remember Asaba massacre. Any day you land in that airport, Murtala International Airport, any day you land there, remember Asaba massacre. The man you are seeing his name there was the man who is in charge of the troops that committed that crime in Asaba. He was the person in charge. The person in charge of the troop that committed that crime in Asaba, Murtala Mohammed, they are still celebrating him till tomorrow. That is the place you land when you are coming to Nigeria. The first place you step your foot. And that is where your tragedy begins. As soon as you land, they look your passport. You have an Igbo name or you have two English names. You are done for. Your own treatment is going to be... They are going to search everything you bring. They will scatter your bag. They will scatter your bag and steal the one they will steal and talk about tax and unnecessary delays. But let's assume you are coming. Just watch when you observe and see people who are coming with you. You see somebody with the barriga with their cap and dress, and Abdullah Hadamu will come and walk away, and you that is on trouser and jeans with your face cap, looking very clean, you'll be kept aside and be delayed unnecessarily. You will see the footprint showing you that you are not part of the Republic everywhere. But still, with all these things that they are showing you, you will still see some people from Biafra land pretending not to know what is right. You see people from Biafra land, they will still be there and be telling you, oh, one Nigeria, Peter Obi. Oh, we can make it change, we can change, we can do it. Let's try it. This time is not like before. That is the worst thing there. When I hear them say it, I will be wondering which planet are they living. Some of them will tell you that this time is not like before. Before you said, but this time they cannot try it. They will not do it. If they do it, what will you do? What will you do? MKO Abiola's election was cancelled. Even when it was clear that the whole country accepted MK Abiola, Muslims, Christians, even when he had a Muslim ticket, then there was no problem. People accepted him. All tribes, all regions accepted. The election was cancelled. Did anybody die? Did anybody fly and jump from the skyscraper and fall down? And you see them, they'll be deceiving themselves. They will tell you, no, now it's not like before. No, this time they can't try it. INEC have changed. They have done rule. INEC have done this and that. Mad people everywhere. I have shared a video. On my page, Facebook page. King David Exploit Expose. If you are not on that page, go and follow me on that page. I broadcast there also every day. On King David Exploit Expose, I shared a video where an INEC official was confessing. An INEC official said that no man living have ever won election in Nigeria. That every election conducted in Nigeria has always been by rigging. He went further to say that you cannot win election by being popular. You cannot win election by being educated. You cannot win an election by what you say. You only win election in Nigeria by rigging. If you are in the right party that can rig election for you, you are surely going to win. Without doubt. It doesn't matter your campaign, what you say. An INEC official was saying it on national television. I shared it on my platform. Go and watch it. The video is there in King David's Exploit Expose. You will see the video there. You will hear with your own ear the confession of an INEC. He said it twice, not twice. He made it clear. He said it in black and white. And he said, even right from when British were there, the British themselves, they were the one that planted that seed. Now, the British themselves planted this seed, and British themselves has never, ever conducted any credible election in the Zuluka Republic. That they started rigging, and they handed it over to the Fulanis. And still, you see our people begin to jump around. Oh, things are going to change. Oh, let's try P2B. Oh, let's give him a chance. If it doesn't work, I need you to be saying that. If it doesn't work, then you come back and talk about Biafra. Are you not a fool? Oh, it's not going to be like 4. This time around, it's going to be a different game. They can't do it. Ask these people. These people you think that can give you a credible election. Who is the INEC chairman? Is it not the same man that rigged the past election? The same man that rigged the past election for Buhari. He is still the same man who is the INEC chairman. What has changed? The same man that rigged the election when they were asking INEC, where is your server? And the man opened his mouth and said that INEC has no server. Even when we saw people thumbprint, they were using their electronic system to thumbprint or whatever they were doing with that electronic whatever. So every accreditation we are doing, electronic accreditation we are doing, where did you store it? Every electronic accreditation that we are seeing they did during that time that I took a book and Obi, we are contesting. All those things, all those thumbprints, where did you see? And INEC opened their mouth and said that we have no server. And that was the end of the case. That was the end. And all of a sudden, that same man is still there. And they are telling you they have done a electoral reform. And you need to go and watch that video I posted on my platform on my Facebook page. Go and watch that video on King David Exploit Expose. Watch that video where an INEC chairman was saying he was saying that even with this their new electoral amendment, that to rig election is as easy as ABC. Even with this their new electoral amendment, that they will rig it. They will rig it again. They will rig it much more than you have ever seen. And you see people that is why you see why P2B is doing his 1 million march. They don't even care. They They don't even behave as if he's existing. They pretend as if they're not seeing him because they already have the machineries on what to do. Already, they know what to do. They know that you don't win your election on the street. You don't win it by being popular. You don't win it by making noise. They know. And I told you initially that with Peter Obi doing his 1 million march, that when the billion fine begin to come out, they can, if they want to have 10 million march, they will. And every one of you saw Tinubu supporters in Lagos. You saw Tinubu supporters. He saw, wasn't it more than, is it not more than 1 million? Did you see those women? You saw Tinubu supporters. And those ones you are seeing there, all of them have their PVC in their pocket. All of them, some of them have 2 PVC. Those people you saw that came up for Tinubu, some of them have 2 PVC. 2 PVC. So don't be deceived by 1 million march. Don't be deceived about it. You didn't see Atiku Abubakar in Bauchi State. You saw the video of Atiku Abubakar in Bauchi State, and you saw the crowd that came there. You see all this while you be moved with crowd. When you see crowd, oh, Peter Obi, everybody's with him. It was all a game to distract you and I, the Biafran people. That was the only game. The only thing that they want to achieve with Peter Obi is to distract the Biafran people so that they begin to talk about election and forget about Mazen Nandekan, forget about the Biafran struggle. That was the only thing they tend to achieve. Nothing else. And the Northerners have said it. The only plan they had was to make sure that they distract us. It is not for election. That was why they left him. He was gallivanting, do everything. They left him. Now, his people wanted to campaign in Lagos State. And the people in Lagos State showed them pepper. The Agbodo boys sampled them and gave them warning, threatened them. When the election kicks off, it's not going to be only threat. When the election starts, it's not going to. Remember, Tinubu himself said that he is ready to go to the poto with them. Tinubu said he's ready to rub in the mud with everybody. And you know what that means? You know what that means when somebody tells you he's ready to rub in the mud with you? Only a threat. Peter Obi is speaking English. Only a threat. They threaten his followers. And some of them who traveled away from abroad. All this while, none of them have traveled from abroad to come and attend Mazen Nandekan trial. None of them have traveled abroad to come and know what is happening in Biafra land. They traveled to come and join Lagos State march. And they arrested the idiot. Today he's languishing in jail. He traveled away from abroad to come and join Peter Obi 1 million march. Today they arrested him, he's in prison. And Peter Obi is speaking grammar online, telling them to release him. Before he will see the planet again, maybe after the election, they will release him. Then he will learn his lesson. It has not started. Wait until the bullion van begin to come out. You are going to see drama. Every one of them is going to run back. They should just begin to prepare a place they will fall back to. Because those of us who are fighting for Biafra, we are holding our seat. If you are a Biafran, hold your seat tight. Don't leave your seat for anybody. Because we are going home. 2023, we are going home. The seat is almost filled up. All those of them who want to go and try it to be then come back, they will not find a seat when they come. I just pray they find a seat here. Because they are still our brothers. I pray they find a seat. But me, I'm not going to leave my seat for anybody. Don't leave your seat for anybody. Do not leave your seat for anybody. Hold your seat tight. Sit tight. Any place you are, sit tight. A time will come when there will be no space for anybody. There won't be any space. There won't be any space for anybody. And that time is coming. When there will be no space. So, any place you find yourself today, sit tight and do what you're supposed to do. The only place you will be safe is within your own people. Within your own people. Every single one of them that tried it. I have given you so many examples. Biafrans that made a move to rescue one Nigeria, they brought death. It went up to the time of Ojukwu. Ojukwu tries his own. He brought death. More than 3 million people were killed in Biafra land. And today we are still facing that death. Even our leader, Mazen Nandekan, made the same move. He made the same move to rescue the one Nigeria. When he was protesting in London, he protested in London. Go and look at the protest. His protest was for one Nigeria. It wasn't for Biafra. He was protesting for a better Nigeria, telling them to curb the killing of the people in the southern Kaduna, the terrorist activities. They should curb it before it spread everywhere and affect others. And did they listen? They never listened. Instead, they came after him. They never listened. Instead, they attacked him. They never listened. Instead, they pursued him. They sent python dance to go and kill him. Even when they kidnapped him, when he came back to Nigeria, they arrested him in 2015. Then, after much, he gave them another opportunity for their better Nigeria. He told the governors when they met him, they said it's for restructuring. He told them, if restructuring is what you want, go for restructuring, fine. But for me, I am going to be standing where I'm standing with my self-determination. When you bring your restructuring and we see it, and the restructuring is palatable, we drop the self-determination, then we go with it. That was the agreement he reached with them when he began a meeting with them. He met with them. He told them, continue to go for your restructuring. Bring it. Don't tell me to drop this. You don't go to a negotiation with empty hand. If you want to negotiate something, you must have something in your hand to negotiate with. So I am something that you are having to negotiate with. For me, as your own child, as your own brother, I am standing on the self-determination. So when you go there to negotiate this restructuring, the condition for me to leave the self-determination is depends on the restructuring you brought. After talking to the governor, they said okay, and they left. Instead of them going to fight for the restructuring, what did they go to? They go and they brought python dance. They went and they came back to kill Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. They came back to murder him. When they tried and they could not be able to take him, Chukwu came and saved Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and he left them. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu left. And since then, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu have rejected everything called political solution. Today, you see the propaganda they are pushing in their media today. You see, if you listen to some of their media, say Mazen Nnamdi Kanu asking for a political solution. Mad people everywhere. Mad people everywhere. Correct that narrative. Don't buy that narrative. The narrative they are sharing on now on their conventional media is that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu go for a political solution. That is what some of their media people are saying. Mad people everywhere. The lawyer of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is doing what he's supposed to do as a lawyer. It is their duty through the law means to rescue Mazen Nnamdi Kanu from the hand of the Janjaweed. And they will pass through any means. They will do everything. If you need writing letter, they will write letter. If you need them speaking in the grammar, they will speak it. Whatever you need them to do, they will do it, including their so-called political solution. They will follow you to leave Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. But that is not the demand of Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is not asking for any political solution. Never. And will not do that. So he will never do so. The last time we saw him in court, he made it clear that it is either Biafra or nothing. The last time we heard from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu directly from the court, when he gave out an instruction, he said, it is my responsibility, it is your responsibility to protect Biafran people and not to kill them. That's what he told us, that it is our duty to protect Biafran people. And he went further to say that Biafra will definitely come, regardless what anybody do. That is why he is there. He is there fighting for us. We should be fighting and protecting our people. That Biafra will definitely come. That was what we heard from him directly, not second-hand. You see why our spokesperson, Asaba, said that we cannot take any second-hand information. You see why our spokesperson, Asaba, said that we cannot take any second-hand information from anywhere until when we hear from Mazen Nnamdi Kanu directly. And by the way, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu has said it that if he's not there, we know what to do. He told us what to do, burn down the zoo. So what are you waiting for? Why must you be waiting for instruction for somewhere? They are now parading, changing, telling lies on different media. You see them there. They will be saying that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is going for political solution. That Mazen Nnamdi Kanu apply for political solution. That is what they need. The narrative their media is pushing. They are not saying that his lawyer, his legal counsel go for that. They are not saying Mazen Nnamdi Kanu never will go for any political solution. He is not interested in it. Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, all he wants is referendum for his own people. Freedom, total and absolute disintegration of the Total Republic. Freedom for his people. That's what he wants. He has said it in several interviews. Many interviews that he conducted, he said it. The last time he spoke in the court, he said it. So why all of a sudden somebody will come and begin to tell us a different thing altogether? The lawyer has the right to write whatever they want to write, to apply in any means. They are paid for that. That is their job. It is their job to bring Mazen Nnamdi Kanu out through legal means. So whatever means they are going to use to make sure that their legal actions is taking effect, they are free to do it. We are not against it. They should go ahead. And those of us who are Biafran, who know the mind of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who want absolute and total freedom of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are pursuing our own, on our own way. We are going, building on the foundation led by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And no man born of a woman can distract us and begin to tell us things that are irrelevant, begin to tell us stories from cock and bull stories from all corners. We will not take that. We won't. It doesn't matter how you try. It doesn't matter how you try to paint yourself and begin to push on. We cannot accept that. And that is where we are today. That is where we are today. So every one of us will wake up. As we are talking about Asaba massacre, as we are talking about our people who we lost in Asaba, and bear it in mind, on that Asaba massacre, every tribe in Biafra land lost a person. Don't think it's just only Asaba people. Don't think it's only people who are living in Asaba. There are so many other people who are involved in it, who lost their people there. And we are connected. We are one blood. It's not just about, it is about you, about me. We lost our brothers, our innocent brothers, who we are not fighting. They were killed. They were massacred in cold blood. And we are remembering them today. And as we are remembering them, you are supposed to participate in it fully. But it's so shameful that some people are celebrating. You go to their platform, the brokers, they're making it that someone ever gave order for sit at home. People will not sit at home. And you are happy about it. Even when we know that people sat at home. The Biafrans whom the instruction is meant for, the Biafrans who the message was sent to, they sat at home. But you come to your platform, or if you are saying that people didn't sit at home, and you are happy about it. You are happy. You are happy that people don't want their freedom. They're not working towards their freedom. Instead of you to be sad, you're happy. This is how evil this will are. You call yourself a Biafran. You say you're looking for a Biafran. And you are seeing somebody who is marching forward on how to get it. Even you yourself that is broadcasting, you know that you don't have any plan. Even if they leave you on to donkey years, you don't have any plan. There's no strategy. There's no plan. There's no move you're making to bring Biafra. You are only talking just the way I'm speaking. You are speaking. But there are people who are putting that, what we are saying, to action, to what? There are people who are putting everything we are saying to work. Some of that man, Simon Epa. He's putting everything we are saying and broadcasting about, he's putting it to work. And there are many people who are working with him. Both international and local. People are working with him, making sure that everything he says are being put to work. To make sure that Biafra comes. But you are busy demonizing him, distracting him, calling him names and all that. How long are you going to do that? How long are you going to destroy yourself? And the funniest thing that some of them don't pity themselves. You know, people, a smart person, you learn from other people's mistakes. You don't allow it to happen to you. You learn from other people's mistakes. No smart person today who is an agitator, no genuine agitator, a smart agitator that will see someone else and begin to attack him. Will be I'm sorry for you. Go and check every single person that have attacked someone else in the past since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped. Go and check every single agitator that have attacked someone else. Those of them that have platform, go and check and see how they are doing. Every single one of them that have attacked someone else, go and check. And after seeing all that, you cannot learn the lesson. You can't learn. You want it to happen to you first. Of course, it's going to happen to you. It's definitely going to happen to you. And it is not because it is someone else. It is because this is a mandate of Chukwu Okike Abiama. That is why it is so. You cannot fight your God. Fighting against someone else and his platform or whatever he's doing, you are fighting against the will of Chukwu Okike Abiama because it is the will of Chukwu Okike Abiama. Whatever he's doing. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu himself confessed it in a program which I watched. I am searching for that program until when I see it, I'm going to play a program that I watched in question and answer. Somebody called. I'm telling you, this time, someone ever have not joined IPOB. Somebody called the program Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and he was asking a question. He said, there is a man who is someone who is preaching every time. He's preaching and talking about Biafra and he's not a member of IPOB. What do you think about him? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them that only one Chineke can do what someone is doing. That was the response of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This time, someone have not joined IPOB. Somebody was asking that question, and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said, only one Chineke can do what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing, that he's going to join IPOB. Even if he has not joined, he is definitely going to join IPOB. He will join if he has not joined yet. And what happened? At the end of the day, Simon Ekpa joined IPOB fully, took the oath, did everything that had to be done. And yet, they are still fighting him. Master Nnamdi Kanu went further to tell us that, listen to him. He is bringing a new dimension to the struggle. He didn't stop there. When he was kidnapped, it was still that same Simon Ekpa was the name that he remembered to send a message to. All these department of saboteurs who surround him, and those of them who are shouting like bulldog in Radio Biafra today, they were all there. They were all there. People who they feel that they have eaten with Master Nnamdi Kanu, we stay with him every day, we are eating with him, we travel with him. They were all there. But when Master Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, the only name he remembered was Simon Ekpa. He told him, go and broadcast in the hallowed platform, Radio Biafra. When the platform was hallowed, when the platform was still sacred, he told him, go there and broadcast. But the enemies couldn't control. They couldn't control their anger and jealousy. They couldn't control their anger and jealousy. They fought it and fought it and fought it and made sure that he never broadcast over. But the place he is now is even much more better. Much more better. He's even in a much more better platform where he can be able to take decisions and take control. Because if he had been among them, they will still be oppressing him and suppressing. They will know he's in and out. It will still be dangling. He will still be running around, merry-go-round. It will be merry-go-round. If Simon Ekpa has taken a little Biafra, it will still be merry-go-round because all those criminals who surround him, they won't allow him to breathe. They won't allow him to breathe. But Chukwuka made it that they didn't allow. It was Chukwuka that orchestrated that telling them. It was Chukwuka. They say when Chukwuka will kill somebody, he will first make them deaf and dumb. It was Chukwuka that hardened their heart. Let them not allow Simon Ekpa. And today, Simon Ekpa is on a better platform. Voice of Biafra is hallowed. Voice of Biafra today, a hallowed platform, is everywhere. Voice of Biafra is spreading across all over the places. Voice of Biafra is spread all over the place. It's spread all over the place. You see, certain times, when Chukwuka want to do it, you will never understand why Chukwuka is doing what he's doing until when you have patience and follow up. When you have patience and you continue to follow up gradually, you begin to understand why Chukwuka is doing what he's doing. You will never understand until you pay attention. At the initial stage, you will think, you think you are forgotten. You think that all hope is lost. You think that everything is lost. But when you continue to be patient and follow gradually, diligently, at the end of the day, you will find out that there is a reason, there is a purpose why Chukwuka allowed certain things to happen. It was him that permitted the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for him to take a rest, so that the original IPOB can come out, so that IPOB will be sanitized. It was that same Chukwuka that had the heart of those Department of Saboteur to make sure that they never allow Simon Ekpa to go to Radio Biafra. Make sure they never allow Simon Ekpa to go to Radio Biafra. And that is the truth. That is the truth. That is what it is. We must have to pay attention. We must have to pay attention. Somebody was asking for the number of the autopilot iPod number in Israel. The number is not closed for me now. It's on the gadget that I'm using. I saw the number. And next time, I think I'm going to try to be writing those numbers down so that when it is being demanded, I will write it out. But if you can send me a message privately, I will try to give you the number. I'll give you. You can send me a message privately. You can go to my platform on King David Exploit Expose. Then you're going to see a number there. You can write me through the number there, or you can send a message on the platform on my Facebook page, King David Exploit Expose. Go there, send me a message. I'm going to reply you, and I will give you the number. I don't have it with me there. It's on the gadget that I'm using, and I cannot be able to access the number now. But if there is anybody watching and you have the number for autopilot IPOB in Israel, please, you write it down for that our brother or sister to be able to get in touch. If you are watching and you have the autopilot IPOB in Israel number, you just write it down. I have it with me, but I can't be able to access it now because of the gadget I'm using. It's there. So, well, you can still write me on King David Exploit Expose. There, I'm going to respond to you and give you whatever you need. So, my brethren, Today is a special day, a day that every one of us have been waiting for. We have talked about it, we have preached about it. Let this lesson sink into your heart and don't allow it to go away. This celebration of Asaba massacre is coming at the right time. At the very, very right time is coming. I want you to remember, denying your people cannot make you safe. If you think by denying Biafra, you'll be safe, you'll be relevant, it is a lie. I have said it time and time again. And I want you to know that the reason why such huge number of people get involved, allow themselves to be massacred, get involved, fall a victim of that massacre. Why they fell a victim of that massacre? Because majority of them were not ready to defend Biafra. They never confessed Biafra. They were confessing a different nation that is not theirs. And the enemy knows very well whom they are. It doesn't matter how you deny yourself. The enemy knows whom you are. If you are a Biafran, they know you as a Biafran. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your dialect. It doesn't matter whether you're a family member of IPOB or not. When they are coming for us, they're going to come for you first. And you'll be the first to fall. You will be the first to fall because you are not ready. The people that they cannot get are those hardcore IPOB members. Those of us who are standing, who identify ourselves as Biafran. We know our enemies and they can't see us. And for you who is playing neutral, you are going to be the first to be taken down because when they see you, they are going to identify. They don't need to ask you, they identify as a Biafran. But we know that we are Biafran and we know our enemy when we see them. And when we see them, we stay away from them. Person that if you are eating with the devil, you will use a long spoon. You will use a long spoon when you are eating with the devil. Use a long spoon. You don't use a short spoon to eat with the devil. If now we advise you, don't even eat with the devil at all. Don't eat with the devil. There is no need to talk about using a short spoon. Don't eat with the devil. Why must you even eat with the devil? Why must you sit with the devil and eat with the devil? For what? For what? Exactly, Fulanis, they know whom they are looking for. They know a Biafran when they see one. And this thing doesn't even stop at Biafra though. The Southerners, the war they have against Southerners, the war they have against Southerners, they take over southern part of Nigeria. If they see you from the south, they know you. The message is also for our Oduduwa brothers. If you are from Oduduwa land, it is better you go and join the Oduduwa people and begin to pursue your struggle. Stop deceiving yourself. Stop deceiving yourself. Join the Oduduwa struggle. Because even when the Fulani come, they are going to take you out. Their mission is to take the land. It is a two-man business. The other one wants resources. One wants land. One wants resources. The one that wants the land is protecting the land for the one that wants resources to take resources. The one that wants resources is providing ammunition for the one that have land to protect it and give him the resources. And that is the business that is going on. And you are not part of that project. You are not part of that project. You are not part of it. So the earlier you stop deceiving yourself, the better. The earlier you stop deceiving yourself, the better. You are not part of the project. Please share this video to all platforms. Share it. If this is the first time you are joining us, make sure you subscribe before you leave, so that each time we come online, you can be there. I broadcast every day, same time, 5 p.m. Biafra time, every day. By the special grace of Chukwu Kabiama, I will always be here, 5 p.m. every day. If you have not subscribed, please kindly subscribe. Do subscribe. As you subscribe, you like and share. May Chukwu Kabiama continue to guide and protect every single one of us. The struggle has just started. Remember, as our spokesperson, Mazisa Manepa, have said, that in the struggle, we're in a different level today. It has been fully activated armed struggle. And that armed struggle is for self-defense. Self-defense, that is what it is. It is when you are talking about, you see, when we call it armed struggle, people will begin to misunderstand it. It is not our wish to take innocent life. Biafrans know the value of life. That is why in Igbo Biafran language, we call human being Mando. That is what we call a human being. To show you how we value human life. The Igbo Biafrans, in Igbo Biafra, we call human being Mando, the beauty of life. The beauty of life. That is how we describe a human being. That is what we call a human being. The beauty of life. To show you how we respect life and how we regard life. It is not our wish that anybody should die. It doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter your tribe. It doesn't matter your location. It doesn't matter what you believe in. It is not our wish that any innocent person will lose his life. But at the same time, we are going to defend ourselves by all means possible. And in the process of defending ourselves, we will defend ourselves with the equal measure that the enemy is coming with. You cannot go and defend yourself against somebody coming with AK-47 and you're taking the barrel. It is a suicide mission. Somebody cannot come with a machine gun to your house and you take a double barrel to go and face him. It's a suicide mission. So when you are talking about self-defense, we know the kind of enemy we are facing today. And we are going to use the same measure. If they come with armor tank, we are going to provide armor tank. If they come with aircraft, we will purchase aircraft. If they come with SMG, we call it whatever kind of weapon they come with. The same measure is what we are going to use to protect ourselves. And we call it self-defense, fully activated. And if you think it's a joke, listen very carefully, pay attention. Water everywhere. If you think it's a joke, all you got to do is to pay attention, listen and watch closer. Look at your neighbor, look around you. You are going to see it. Water everywhere. That is the code. We are not sending any propaganda video. We are not sharing. The enemy will confess by themselves. Mazin Nani can say it. If you come to Biafra land to take life of Biafra, you will not go back alive. Anybody that get involved in taking life of Biafra, that you can never go back home alive. Mazin Nani can say it in black and white. And he wasn't missing word when he said it. And that is where we stand. That is where we stand. Water everywhere. This is a very sensitive time. If you are in Biafra land, you must pay attention. It is a very, very sensitive time that we are in. A time that you must take to try to, any information you get, you have to take it serious. Don't play with any information. Information is key. When you get it, you pass it on to your family. When you get it, you pass it on to your friend. Pass it on to people who are around you. Information is key. That is how we can survive. They had a blockade against us in the past. They can't do it anymore. If you see something, you say something. As they continue to do what they're doing, we will continue to tell the world why we are doing what we are doing. It is because of our life. We are in a situation where we must have to save our life and protect our life. It's a question of life and death. And we cannot allow our life to be smoked out of us. We can't die like our brothers in Asaba massacre, who we are not fighting. We will die fighting if we must die. If we must lose our life, we will die fighting. We won't die like cowards. Never again. Never again. I said never again. Any place you are watching from, I appreciate you. If you are watching from any part of the world, I say may Chukwu Okike continue to guide you and protect you. Anybody that is watching the video from Biafra land, our brothers and sisters in Biafra land, who today observe the sit at home, against all odds, against all propaganda, against all attack, they observe the sit at home in Biafra land. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every one of them. May Chukwu Okike continue to secure them and prosper them. Whatever business they have lost today, tomorrow they are going to get it in 100 folds. No power of the enemy will come over them. No bullet of the enemy will touch them. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect all the Biafrans all over the world. Any place you are, whatever you are doing, Chukwu Okike will be your strength, protect you and secure you, and you'll be successful. Every one of us that is alive today, watching this video and sharing, we are going to see Biafra in our lifetime. We are going to see Biafra. We won't only see Biafra, we will step our foot in Biafra land and we will raise the flag with our Sudan Mazin Nandekano. I also pray for our brothers from Ududua land. Our brothers in Ududua land. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide them, protect them, secure them, give them more strength to continue to fight on. They will never relent because victory is sure. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect the Middle Beltans. The Middle Beltans who are sincere, fighting for their freedom also. Freedom is theirs. They must see freedom. If you are from any part of the world, regardless your religion, regardless your tribe, whatever you believe in, I don't want to know. Whatever you speak, I don't want to know. As long as you are genuinely fighting for your freedom, you are going to experience freedom in your lifetime. You will definitely experience freedom in your lifetime. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect Sunday Igboho. Secure him, give him wisdom, knowledge and understanding wherever he is. Let him have the strength to continue to fight on until the last minute. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect our men on the ground, our volunteer force on the ground, people who has committed themselves to defend Biafra land against all odds. May Chukwu Okike guide and protect them. Our volunteer force, no weapon of the enemy will have power over them. No weapon formed or fashioned against them shall prosper. Our volunteer force, people who have committed their life to defend the land of Biafra, they will all be alive and march into that land with Mazin Nandekano raising the flag. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every single one of us that is watching. those who are committed, all the autopiloters, wherever you are, regardless the part you are playing. If you're one of those sharing videos, you're one of those who is liking the videos, you're one of those who is passing information, you are a broadcaster, you are an autopiloter, you're one of those passing message in one way or the other. You must not be a broadcaster. You are saying your own on the ground, doing one thing or the other. You're one of those supporting financially in autopilot. You are playing one role or the other. You are one of those organizing. I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide you, protect you, and no weapon of the enemy will touch you. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama secure every member of the autopilot group. Chukwu Okike Abiyama is your stronghold. Mazen Nandekano made it clear that our anchor is Chukwu Okike Abiyama. As long as we anchor our strength on Chukwu Okike Abiyama, no evil shall befall us. It doesn't matter their weapon of warfare. We have our Chukwu Okike Abiyama, we have our land, we have the gods of our land, and Chukwu Okike Abiyama, who is in charge of all. The omnipotent, omniscient, omniscient, the unchangeable changer. He is going to change our situation, and no man will bring us down. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama guide and protect our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa, wherever he is. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama build a wall of fire around him. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama build a wall of fire around our spokesperson, Mazi Simon Ekpa. No weapon of the enemy will penetrate him. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama give him more mental toughness, more wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, continue to lead until Mazi Nandekano joins us very, very soon. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama protect our brother Simon Ekpa, secure him, continue to guide him and be with him. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect our supreme leader Mazi Nandekano, wherever Mazi Nandekano is at this moment. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama release his doctors. Let the doctors of Chukwu Okike Abiyama go there spiritually and begin to minister to him. No poison injected in the body of Mazi Nandekano will have effect. Any poison they inject in him, any poison they fed him, whatever poison that they injected into his body, the doctors of Chukwu Okike Abiyama will go spiritually and begin to take them out in the name of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. None of them will have effect. None of their poison will have effect. And no weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nandekano shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nandekano shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazi Nandekano shall prosper. I thank you all who have been patient with me, that joined me in this broadcast from the beginning to the end. I appreciate you. I thank you so much. We are going to continue from this program tomorrow, same time. Please follow our brother Simon Ekpa on Twitter. If you are not on Twitter, go to Twitter and follow our brother Simon Ekpa on Twitter. Follow him on his platform. He broadcasts every day, every blessed day. Follow him. If you can't follow him live, go back and watch his broadcast whenever he broadcasts. You go back, you watch the broadcast, you are going to get a lot of messages. You are going to get a lot of messages. Thank you so much for your support. The UNESCO, thank you so much for support. I appreciate you. Go back and follow the broadcast. If you cannot follow him live, go back. When you go back, you follow his broadcast and be updated. Pay attention to all the autopilot platform. Every autopilot platform that you can lay your hand, please follow them. Information is key. This is the time you must play with any information. Information is key. Give out the information so that people can be updated. Let the information be reaching out to people. Don't be stingy about information. Don't be stingy. When you are sending videos and information out, you are actually playing a role. Everybody is important. This is a time that every hand wants to be on deck. 2023, we are going home. No man born of a woman can change it. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiyama that the man that we are following today, the man who is the spokesperson, is mindful of time. Mazi Nandekano doesn't play with time. He knows the time. And those that know the time, they are the people who are victorious in everything. This is the time for the freedom. The appointed time that Chukwu Okike Abiyama had made that will be free. 2023, we are going home. No man born of a woman can stop it. May Chukwu Okike Abiyama continue to guide and protect everybody. Every hand that has supported this platform. Anybody that has supported the platform in any way, in any manner, Chukwu Okike Abiyama will never disappoint you. He will always uplift you. Whatever you commit, you're going to get double. Chukwu Okike Abiyama will be with you. Thank you so much for your patience. Thank you so much for joining me. We will continue again tomorrow by the special grace of Chukwu Okike Abiyama. Thank you and stay blessed. Bye-bye. See you again.